direction, whether north direction or north south or southwest or north northeast. All these directions, these radial lines will represent. Then the next step was there that each circle represents the duration of wind. So this green circle is there, then red color circle is there, then blue color circle is there. This duration of wind you get by you taking average. 60 plus 25 by 2 will get us 15.5. Then our next is 25 to 50. If you take average, you will get a 37.5. Then if you take the average of the last one, 50 by 80 by 2, you will get us 65. In this way, we are drawing radial lines and circles. The radial lines represent your wind direction, circle represents the direction of wind. And from table 1, we have to see the total percentage blowing in each direction. Starting from the center, you see at north it is 6.1. So I'm taking some scale, see from 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 11. Then 4.1 in north direction. North is this one. I have to go vertically up. So 4.1 will be somewhere here. Similarly, I'll plot all the values and then I will join by this red color line. See here. Then it's from a closed loop. After forming a closed loop, you have to connect the radial lines one by one. And you have to calculate the values. For each direction, you have to see separately, you have to compare separately. For example, north-south you are getting one value, then southwest you are getting one value, then east-west you are getting one value, then southeast to northwest you are getting one value. So all different values you get, and out of all the values, you will see which one you are getting the maximum. So you see in this table, which one is maximum. In this table you can see it is 10.75. Yes. What is written here? West northwest. So this is west northwest, and west northwest will connect to east southeast. So obviously this is the highest value of your your wind value of the wind direction. And we know that where we will choose the runway, the one having a highest value. So from this diagram, we see that the runway should be oriented along this direction, west northwest to east southeast. And that is why I have written as in green color, drawn as green color. So in exam, you should not use the color of red color. Red color is not allowed for students. Many students are using red color also. Please don't use it. So this was type 1 windrows diagram. But the main problem was there that the windrows component was not taken into consideration in type 1 windrows diagram. Windrows component is one culprit, one villain we have seen in last class, that it is responsible for the disturbance of flight during takeoff, because it is a perpendicular component, and perpendicular component always tries to interfere with the flight or the takedown of aircraft. So what we do, we go for type 2 windrows diagram, which is a modification or improvement on type 1 windrows diagram. Let us see type 2 windrows diagram. Again, you will be given this table, except for the red color. Red color you have to write yourself. The last column you have to calculate yourself. So again, this time I'm using different data. The values are different. It is 7.4, 2.7, and 0.2. It was different there earlier. So again, the same procedure. You do the summation in each direction, and you calculate the values and fill the last column, 10.3, 8.1 in each direction. Then what you do, you see the values. Type 2 windrows diagram, what you see, each circle represents intensity to some scale. Okay. And the values entered in each segment. That time it was we entered values in each line. We plotted in the line, but here we are entering in one segmental area. Okay, and each the values will represent a percentage of time in a year during which the wind having a particular intensity blows from the respective direction. See the procedure. We'll see the procedure once step by step, then you will be able to understand. Step 1. To draw 3 equispaced parallel lines in a transparent strip in such a way that the distance between two nearby lines is equal to crosswind component. The distance is measured with the same scale with which the windrows diagram is drawn. So in figure 2, the permissible windrows component is crosswind component is 25 km per hour. So this is the first step. You draw 3 vertical lines here. 3 vertical lines are drawn, and the distance between the two nearby vertical lines is 25 km per hour, which is your nothing but your crosswind component. This is the first step. Then let us go to the second step. Place the transparent paper strip over the windrows diagram in such a way that a central line passes through the center of the diagram. Now you draw this sector, this circle you draw, and give every direction through radial lines. This will be same in both the diagrams. For both the diagrams, this will be same. You draw this radial lines, and what you do, this thing, this crosswind component transparent paper, you bring over to the crosswind diagram and overlap it in such a manner that the center of this diagram and the center line passes to each other like this. I have just brought this paper over this Windows component, over this Windows diagram. And it is not mandatory that it will be exactly vertical. It can be in any orientation. It can be in any rotation. That means what? If I bring this one here, I should be able to rotate in every direction, but the center should not change. That means what? It should be like, it can be like this also. This also is correct. Then it can be like this also. This also is correct. I would understand. So that is what I meant when I want to say that it should overlap with the center of the circle. Now we have done here, what we have done here, we have finished step 2. Place the transparent strip over the Windows diagram in such a way that the central line passes through the center of the diagram. Now step 2 is finished. Now let us come to step 3. With the center of the windows, rotate the tracing paper and place it in such a manner that the sum of all the values indicating the duration of the wind within the two outer parallel lines is the maximum. Now see, this is the most important step. You should not skip this step. 6.4 to 25, the first column of the data. 6.4 to 25. 6.4 here I am writing here, 25 I am writing here. Then after 6.4, 25, what comes next? 6.4, 25, 40, and 60. 6.4, 25, 40, and 60. In previous time, in type 1 Windows diagram, what did you do? We have taken the average, but here we are not taking average of the duration of that is the velocity. We are not taking the average. We are simply taking the exact value. And at the exact value, we are drawing one circle. The lowest value, 6.4, we are drawing one inner circle. Then 25, we are drawing one more circle, red color. For 40, we are again drawing one more circle, green color. For 60, again, we are drawing one more color, golden color, 60. Okay. And transparent paper is there. Now, in previous time, what you do, we had drawn this horizontal line from center to east. But here, and we are putting and plotting the values there in the straight line itself. But here we are not plotting the value in the straight line itself. What we are doing? We are trying to cover 22.5 degree total. In the area, in the required area, we are plotting the given values. For example, how much did I get here? You see, for north, 7.4. 7.4. That time I used which value in type 1 Windows diagram? I use the final value. Now what I'm using? I am using individual values. In north direction, I'm using 7.4, but not on that line, not on this vertical line. I'm covering one area. This area I'm trying to cover. This is called segmental area or sector. In this sector I'm trying to cover. In type 1 Windows diagram, you see what is the difference. I am just plotting on the line itself. This value here will be 4.1. This vertical line at north, you see this 4.1. But here I'm calculating this area, not an equal area on this side, equal area on this side. And how much the total area should be? We have learned in the first class itself. the total area should be 22.5 degree, like this. So here I am using this much area. If I'm using northeast direction, I'm using this area, this segmental area. Okay, and total area that will be covered by each value will be 22.5 degree at an angle of 22.5 degree. So let us come back to the numerical. So you see here also that this north below 25, I'm getting 7.4. Above that, it will be 2.7, and above that 0.2. 7.4, 2.5, 7.4, 2.7, and 0.2. Let us see. So you see here 7.4, 2.7, 0.2, and each value is covering an area, segmental area with angle of 22.5 degree. The angle will be same. The area will keep on changing. This area will increase as we go up. Similarly, for every direction, we have to put the values. We have to put the values in this manner. For example, one more example I will show you. Let me show you for north, northeast. North, northeast, what are the values? 5.7, 2.1, and 0.3. Where is north, northeast? This is the north, northeast. This line. This dotted line is the north, northeast. And I am here I'm going 11.25, here I am going 11.25, and total it is 22.5, this angle. And the area inside that particular angle will be the values, given values, 5.7, 2.1, 0.3. In this manner, for every direction, we have to put the values inside the circle. Now, after plotting the values, or after putting the values inside the inside the circle, what we are going to do next? The next is we have to take the values, only the values which lies inside this rectangular strip of paper. Outside we don't want. For example, this value 0.1 we will not take, but we'll take 0.4, 0.2, 5.3, 4.0, 7.4, all these values inside this. Whatever is this between this extreme left hand side vertical line and extreme right hand side vertical line, all those values which are coinciding with the rectangular paper and the circle will take only those values. But one more thing, you see the orientation, how this rectangular strip of paper is oriented. It is oriented exactly vertical. Exactly vertical means what? The middle line will pass through north south. So here our orientation of the runway will be north south. If the total values inside this diagram is maximum, then how we will take another trial? This is one trial. North south direction is one trial. Again, what we will do? We will rotate the paper in the other direction. For example, we will rotate the paper along. I will just copy this paper value. Control C. Copy here. Control V. So the same diagram, if I just magnify it to make simulate it exactly, then yeah. So if I will take another trial, what I will do? I will just rotate it along the other direction. I will just place it so that the center merges, and the next orientation will be northeast in this manner. And then I will see what are the values lying between this outside line, this extreme left line and extreme right line, and the inside values only I will take. The values which are lying inside this vertical lines, only those values I will take. Similarly, another trial. What you will do? Again, change the orientation in this manner. And again, what are the values lying inside? Only those values. Again, one more trial. In this manner, you take all the trials and you take the values. Okay. So this is the procedure of type 2 Windows diagram. Now let us see this example that we are doing. So we stopped here where we have put all the values from the table. All the values from the table are plotted, and how we are orienting the transparent sheet? We are orienting exactly vertical, that is north-south direction. Now in the above diagram, you see, if I take this circle, if I take this 25 km/h circle, you see all this circle lies inside both the outer extreme lines. So that means I will let me start from 7.4. 7.4. What I will do? 7.4 plus 5.7 plus 2.4 plus 1.2 plus 0.8 plus 0.3 plus 4.3 plus 5.5 plus 9.7 6.3 plus 3.6 plus 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 4 plus 0.2 plus 5.3 plus 4. This will give the values inside this 25 km per hour, because this circle lies inside the extreme lines of the transparent paper. So say you see here 7.4 plus 5. Up till 4, 7.4 to 4, the smallest circle I have plotted here. Again plus one more circle is there outside, you see the green color circle, which represents your 40 km per hour duration circle. Now here you see north south direction, 2.7 will come, 2.1 will come, 0.9 will come or not. Let me see who can answer. Now there is a catch here, or there is a confusion whether 0.9 will come or not. I want to know. Yes, give me the answer. Whether 0.9 will come or not.
Yes, sir. It will come.
It will come. It will not come. Why? The 0.9. Here I have written 0.9, but I am saying it is wrong. I am saying it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Tell me. Can you tell me why it's wrong? Yes, tell me what is wrong. 0.9 will not come. Let me see who can answer. This is a very interesting question. The procedure itself says that whatever value you are taking, it should lie between the extreme ends, extreme lines, vertical lines of the transparent paper. Whether 0.9 is lying inside the right hand side vertical line. Samananda.
Yes, sir.
No, it is not lying. You see properly. 0.9 is not lying entirely inside the paper. 0.9 you see here, it is not completely lying inside the paper. The paper means what?
Yes, sir. It's not right.
Green color. Paper means what? When I'm saying paper, that means I am denoting this outer lines of the green dotted line. 0.9 is not completely lying. You see, this part is missing. This part is going outside. Can you see here?
Yes, sir. I can.
So entirely 0.9 is not, you cannot take entirely 0.9. You have to take some average. You have to, just by eye adjustment, you have to say 80% of 9.9. What is 80% of 0.9? You calculate and that value to take. Similarly, 0.4. Whether you can take 0.4 entirely, tell me, Savananda.
No, sir.
Why? Because see, more than 50% is lying outside.
Yes, sir.
So that is why you cannot take 0.4 completely. You have to take maybe 40%, 40% of 0.4. Similarly, you see 0.2. 0.2 entirely lying outside only. Only 10% is lying inside, or maybe 5% is lying inside. So 0.2 will not come. Similarly, we are talking about this green color circle. Whatever the values are there in the green color circle. Now 0.1 you see. 0.1 also we cannot take entirely because it is lying outside this vertical line. We can take 20% maybe, and then 2.8. How much is lying? Just by eye judgment, roughly you should say. You cannot make a measure accurately, but to an extent you will be able to measure, because we don't want the exact value. What we want the direction of runway. So here you see you can take 90% of 2.8, and then you see 3.2. 3.2 it lies entirely, so you can take 3.2. 4.6 is lying entirely, you can take 4.6. 3.2 is lying entirely, you can take 3.2. But here you see 1.1, it is not lying entirely, only 70% is lying. Similarly, 0.5 not lying entirely, maybe 20% is lying. And 0.1, very little portion, maybe see 3% is lying maybe. Then here again 0.1, maybe 15% is lying. Again 1.9, maybe 90% is lying. But again 1.3 is lying completely. Then 2.7. So in this way, this circle is complete. Then that means this circle is complete. See why I'm giving in red color. You can just see, you can raise a question why I'm giving in red color, because these values 0.9, 0.4, 0.2, 0.1, 0.8 are some some portion or the other is lying outside. You see, 0.9, 0.4, 0.2, 0.81, 2.8. Up till 2.8, some portion is lying outside. That is why I am giving in red color this here. Some portion is lying outside. Okay, and here also some portion is lying outside. Then you should see the outer circle, the last circle. Again, I will start from 0.2. You will take full 0.2, take full 0.3. 0.6 it is not lying entirely. So 0.6 I am taking outside. And 0.3 also some portion is lying outside, little portion. Little portion, maybe I have to little bit error is there, but when you do in a paper, it will come properly. Okay, so 0.3, oh okay, we're lying because yeah, okay, so some portion of 0.3 is little bit this portion, I think so, this portion is fine. Similarly 0.6 entire will not come, 0.2 will not come itself, 0.2 is completely lying outside, it will not come itself. The 0, 0, then 0 is not coming, all are 0. 0.5 will come, some part will come. You see, 0.5 will come. Okay. So in this manner, so here 0.3, some portion will come. 1 will not come, 0 will not come, 0 will not come. Then 0.3, some portion will be left outside. In this manner, you can write here. Okay. So from here to here, you see all the red colors. That means red colors I am using to denote that these values. Some portion or the other is lying outside the crosswind component, that transparent paper. And after you take all the values, you have to add calm period also. What is calm period? We'll see in a while. Then you see these values after deducing, I'm getting as 58.1, 22.78, and 0.95. Okay. So in this manner of calculus, see 0.9, if I'm taking some percentage, I'm getting 0.5. Okay, and 0.4 it has changed into 0.1. 0.2 it has changed into 0.3 because I'm not taking the entire value. The entire value is 0.9, but after taking a percentage, it has become 0.5. Then 0.4 has become 0.1, 0.2 has become 0.03, 1 has become 0, and 2.8 is 2.1. Similarly, 1.8 has become 1.13, 0.5 has become 0.3. 0.1 has become 0, 0.1 has become 0.2, 1.9 has become 1.5. These values, when you calculate yourself, it will not be exactly true. It will not match with me, but it will be somewhat similar. Then calm period also to add. Okay, what is calm period? This is total value. When you're adding all the values, you're getting 86.5. 86.5, you subtract from 100. There is a calm period. You get 13.5. So this is a way of calculating Windrose diagram type 2. Okay. So what is calm period you see here? Percentage of time during which intensity is less than 6.4 kilometer per hour. These values, all the values 7.4, 24, then 0.2, all values are having a minimum value of 6.4. That means what? All these values are more than 6.4. And total how much? 86.5. Total 86.5 number of values are having values of velocity more than 6.4. That means the remaining will be less than 6.4. That is a calm period. So percentage of time during which intensity is less than the minimum one. What is the minimum one? 6.4 kilometer per hour. So type 1 Windrose diagram in real life, after they calculate that, it looks like this, and it resembles a rose. Type 1. We're not taking type 2. I've taken this one from internet. How it looks like in real life. After it has been calculated by the concerned department, it looks somewhat like this. The crosswind component, I mean the type 1 Windrose diagram. They have plotted in Excel, and after plotting in Excel, they got different. We are calculating only for one column. For one column, we are calculating only for one column. For one column, I am getting only one closed loop, but they are calculating for different columns. So they are getting different. These things I think I have just given you only for your understanding, otherwise not required for exam. This from here you not required for exam. For exam, up till here your solution is over. Type 2 Windows diagram, the solution is over. From here I'm just giving you for some practical experience. Here they have plotted in Excel, and you don't have to do this one. What I'm showing now, you don't have to do this one. So Windows diagram they got like this. They use simple many Excel sheet diagrams also, bar diagrams they've used. And win coverage, you see, what is win coverage? It is a percent time interval during which the cross win component remains within the limit. There is a win coverage, and the minimum win coverage should be 95%. That means in during that direction only you should orient your runway. So this is okay. So you see this one for this orientation we got how much? We get a value of 95.33. You can check for other orientations also. That means what? You take this transparent sheet. You take this transparent sheet and you make it like this, and then you try for another orientations also. This orientation you can try. Then you do the summation of all the values. Then this orientation you can try. Take all the values. Then this orientation you can try. Similarly, so many orientations are there, and it is possible. See here, our job is already over because we are getting more than 95%. The win coverage is more than 95%, and once we get more than 95%, that means our answer is correct. If it is less than 95%, this final value, then you have to check for other values also, and it is possible that you will get more than 95% for more than one direction. It may be possible. So when you're getting in one direction only, that you can say the answer is correct, it is wrong. It may be not wrong. It may be not right. It may be wrong also. That means what? For more than two directions, the value may come more than 95%. So this was your type 2 Windows diagram. If you have any doubt, you can ask. I am going to stop the presentation, stop the recording.